field look like?
Like I said, we just had some mental errors, man. I mean, things coming in yesterday and just listening to each other talk, I mean, it was some errors that shouldn't have been made, but I guess people were just caught up in the moment, I guess, and we just made some little errors and they cost us.
Tyvis, what's Coach Meyer like to be around after a loss?
He remained calm about it. I mean, he paints the big picture for us. Like, I mean, at the time when you got that loss and you don't want to hear stuff, like all you think about is the loss, but he kind of gets you to move on, like move forward and look to the future rather than to sit back and dwell on the loss. So I think he just brought a lot of positive attention and attitude to the situation.
We hear so much about victory dinner, but what's dinner like after a loss?
Man, it's something that I didn't really enjoy, and it's something that I cannot get used to.
What they serve you?
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Like spaghetti meatballs on wrist.
What do you usually have? Like after
like steak, shrimp, lobster, all that stuff.
You guys had like spaghetti, like just plain old spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah, spaghetti and meatballs. Some mashed potatoes.
Was there a message? I mean, obviously there's a message in that, but was there anything explicitly said about the message in that?
No, we just tried to move forward. I mean, we looked at the tape, reviewed it. Everybody has talked about what they need to work on, and we communicated the mental errors, and we just got it. We went over it yesterday in practice, got it corrected. We're looking forward to the future now. We put that behind us. We basically took yesterday to basically get that bad feeling out your system, because once you lose, if you invested a bunch of time into it, to this off season in this program, like when you take a loss like that, it really do hurt. Like for me, I was depressed about it for a long time, but all you got to do is you got to watch the tape and get better and learn from it, so you don't repeat the same mistakes.
Especially after what happened with the Big Ten, which I'm sure you're aware of.
Yeah.
It might be tougher for a Big Ten champion to be one of those teams in the playoffs if it comes down to that.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not focused on that right now. The only thing I'm focused on is I know that we have we got quite a few number of seniors on defense. I can't speak for the offense because I play defense, but I know we got quite a few seniors on defense, and what I want to do is try to win as many games as possible, because I don't want nobody's senior year to be bad. So that way, when it's my time to be senior, I want people to play for me, play their hearts out the way I'm going to play my hearts out for them. Plus, I got so much respect and love for them that I want them to go out with a bang.
Tyvis, a little bit of a two-part question. You guys have lost 3 of your last 4 games. 1, has the program lost a little bit of its luster? And 2, if so, do you guys play with a little bit more of a chip on your shoulder now, like you've got something to prove?
I wouldn't say that we lost our luster. I mean, just stuff just happened, you know. All these couple of games that we lost, it's only been a few plays away, a couple mental errors here and there. It's just cost us big. Do we still play with a chip on our shoulder? I would say, yeah. People, when you come to the Big Ten, when people think about the Big Ten, like, we the big people, like, to beat in the Big Ten. So everybody's looking up to us and stuff. So we got to play with that chip on our shoulder to prove why we still, if not the best, one of the best teams in the Big Ten, if not even in the country.
A lot of the third downs they converted, it seemed like their receivers were, for the most part, kind of wide open. Did you think, or maybe not all the time, but did you think at points in crucial moments you guys were a little too soft with the coverage?
I wouldn't say that we was playing too soft with the coverage. I mean, it's just the design play, just those mental errors, is something with the D-line and stuff like that. But, I mean, I'm not pointing the fingers at nobody. I mean, everybody made mistakes in the game, and we just got to fix them, man. I think we're just going to get better from here on out, so I don't think we have to worry about that again.
Tyvis, is this loss easier to move on from than those last season, just because you have a game 7 days later, you kind of have to?
Yeah, you definitely got to get it out your system right away. You can't sit back and dwell on it. I mean, like, after I get done with this, I'm going to go in there, give me a massage, and then I'm going to go focus on Kent State, because that's what's next, and I can't sit back and think about this Virginia Tech game because I don't have time to. In the off-season, you got time to train for it, think about it, and keep it in your stomach, but all you got to do is keep it in the back of your head now that you don't want to feel this again. Plus, we lost in front of a home game, which is what hasn't happened around here in a very long time. So you try to focus on not doing that again.
With so much emphasis on the new scheme, the new attacking, contest every pass scheme, how much of that did we see on Saturday?
We didn't. The calls was very basic. I mean, we didn't. It's not like we had a wide package of days we was running. We only ran about 4 coverages the whole game, if not, probably not even that. So I mean, just breakdowns, little breakdowns happen, and that's what happened on that stuff.
Tyvis, a couple of your teammates have said those breakdowns came at the most crucial moments.
Yeah.
Are you guys pressing too much?
I wouldn't say we was pressing too much. I mean...
No, I mean not pressing as in press coverage. I mean pressing like in gripping a stick too tight or trying too hard.
I mean, well, you got to go out there and give it your all. I mean, I wouldn't say... I mean, wouldn't you want them to try their hardest? I mean, I'm not going to say I want them to ease off or anything like that. I mean, we just have to recognize the down and distance in the situation and just treat them all like it's our last time out there or something.
Tyvis, Coach Meyer said he wants this to be a lockdown defense for 4 quarters. How far do you think away do you think you guys are from being that?
Okay, well, the first half, obviously, it wasn't a good first half for the defense, but second half, after we talked about it in the locker room, second half, it was a much improved defense. I think y'all can agree with that. I wouldn't say that we're that far off because a couple past the 2 games we played this season, I mean, we haven't really given up that much in the second half. We just had to focus on that, doing it for 2 halves, 4 quarters, not trying to wait for the adjustments for halftime. We've got to figure it out right from the jump start. So I don't think we're that far off at all.
Is it more on you guys to make sure you come out in that mindset at the beginning of the game?
Yeah, I think it's definitely more on us. I mean, like I said, once we eliminate those mental errors, all those mental errors that happened was in the first half or right after that touchdown. So once we eliminate that, I mean, the film basically tells that when we play the assignments and do everything we're supposed to do correctly, I mean, we dominated. But you just got to do that for 4 quarters.
So, yeah, I was going to ask you, I mean, the enthusiasm on the defensive side is still high about this new system you guys are going with and stuff. Explain, after you kind of have a game like that the other night and stuff, how do you kind of like step back and look at things, but do you feel like the enthusiasm's still high?
I mean, yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, like I said, once we sat back and seen that people was making the errors and we talked about it, people was admitting, yeah, I did mess up on this play. And you seen what the result of that play was versus if we would have played it right, how it would have changed, which is we actually got that on tape too. When things played out the right way, everything went the way perfect. And we was making tackles for losses, getting strip sacks and stuff like that. So all we got to do is, like I said, eliminate those mistakes and play like that. Keep the energy, because you seen the energy in the second half. I mean, we was kind of up and down the first half. We keep that high energy for the whole 4 quarters. I don't think no offense can really mess with it.
Did you expect to go through growing pains? So
every game's gonna come. Like, I mean, like it's new out there. It's like I mean, we have been doing it since the spring, but it is rather new for us because week 1 we had the Navy, so we wasn't really doing what we do now.
Yeah.
So coming back to it is kind of getting back, trying to reteach it all over again, but trying to like get it back. And everybody's not 1-2 on it, like not 100% on the calls and adjustments and stuff. So now that we got that game under our belt and we're back to our regular defense, I think everything from now on will go kind of smoother.
One other quickie. Did you get to see much of Virginia Tech on defense, and how impressed, I guess, as a defensive player were you with how they attacked?
I figured they was gonna kind of be aggressive, but I mean they just they executed, they did their stuff right, and they showed for it. I mean they kind of outplayed us for the first half, I would say.
Tyvis, how difficult was the prep for Virginia Tech coming off of Navy when you're going from basically learning how to play left-handed going back to learning how to play right-handed?
I mean, it was kind of just the first couple of days was just kind of shaking off the rust, since we ain't talked about certain things in so long. I mean, there was some calls that we was making. I said, wow, I haven't heard this in a long time. But I mean, we repped it so much that I don't know how we made these breakdowns in the game. I mean, it seemed like everybody, by the end of the week, everybody was on the same page. Everybody figured out, yeah, this is what we've been doing. So, I mean, I don't know. Just like I said, people kind of got caught up in the environment and stuff like that.
Tyvis, you said you guys were making the adjustments. You've been making adjustments at halftime. How hard is it to see those mistakes in real time and make those adjustments as they're happening?
Well, actually, in real time, it's not that hard because you kind of can figure it out right then and there. Like, if I made a mistake, I knew right then and there I made the mistake once the play was over. Plus, once I came off for the possession, I had Coach Ash tell me that I had to, I made a mistake or something like that. And that's kind of how it is. Like, once we come off the field, like, coaches they see it and they can make the adjustments. And plus, Coach Ash, like, it's kind of Coach Ash's defense. Like, he's like the mastermind behind it all. So he knows what happened, where the breakdowns is. So he's able to tell you right then and there what happened, what adjustments need to be made. So once we come off the field, off that possession, you get the check or whatever it is that you did wrong. He's able to tell you what it is, so you can go out there and fix it or correct it for the next series.
Thanks, Tyvis.
Thanks.